Am I centered in the camera? Greetings, my fearless frontliners, my fellow guardians of the galleries. I'm William Young, and this is my channel. Today, we're going to attempt to answer a question, a really big question. And the question is corrections a good job? Wow. I have asked myself, this is something I've asked myself a million times over the past 20 years, and I'm sure that many of you watching have asked yourself that too. So, what makes a good job anyways? What makes a place, a career, a rewarding, fulfilling experience? Is it the salary? Is it the sense of purpose? Is it the benefits? Who knows, right? So as I'm thinking about this question, I did what most people do when they're contemplating and pondering and trying to solve the great mysteries of the planet. I went to Google and I came across an article because Google knows all. I came across an article posted on Indeed, from Indeed, about what is a good job. The title of the article is What is a Good Job? 10 Common Traits and Tips for Getting One. So today, we're going to break down those traits and see how corrections, our profession, measures up. So spoiler alert, it's not always as straightforward as you would like it to be. But before we begin, I want to take a moment to mention the members of the Just Corrections Patreon community, the JCP, and thank them for their support. You guys are the reason that I can keep creating content like this, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And if you're listening and you're watching and you want to contribute, please consider becoming a member. I'll throw a link in the description below. Or if you just want to say thank you, then go ahead and click the thank you button that's right below this video and support us in that way as well. So we're going to go through these traits and give them a yes or a no. And I want to hear what you think. So in the comments below, sound off. Is corrections a good job? Yes or no? Here we go. So number one, the article says that a good job gives you a sense of purpose, making work meaningful and motivating you to keep going. So let me ask you this. Is there a greater purpose than serving your community, than keeping your community safe? Because in corrections, you're not just locking doors and counting heads. You're serving your community. You're protecting those who can't protect themselves. And if you're doing it right, you're interacting and helping with the people whom society has discarded, has set aside, says you can't play well with us. And I'd call that purpose. And so to me, corrections, we're going to mark this down on my tablet here. Corrections gets a yes here. All right, number two, growth. Both personal and professional is another hallmark, and I'm reading this. I don't speak like this. I'm reading this right off the thing. It's another hallmark of a good job, and this means solving problems, learning new skills, and having opportunities for training and membership. So let's look at this. Corrections will definitely challenge you unlike no other profession. Every day on shift, right, is a masterclass in problem solving. So you have to be creative. You have to adapt quickly. And yes, there is ongoing training and certifications and mentorship, both officially and officially. And corrections forces you, absolutely forces you to grow, or you won't last. You'll be gone. So for me, this one is also a yes. I'm going to mark it down right here. So, okay. Number three, we're moving right along here. I'm very pleased with your participation. Number three, let's talk about connection. A good job, it says right here, a good job gives you a sense of belonging and pride in your role. It fosters respect among team members. So here's where it gets a little tricky, because in corrections, you will form strong bonds with your coworkers. Shared hardships do build a sense of camaraderie, this thin gray line that we talk about as we call it. But over time, that daily grind, the things that we see, say, hear, and have to do can absolutely wear us down. So you might feel unimportant or undervalued eventually by the larger system. But let me be clear. You are absolutely important. Your work absolutely matters. But I know the environment can make you feel otherwise. So I'm putting this one right here, connection, in the maybe column. So number four, the fourth trait of what Indeed considers a good job is recognition. And recognition means being acknowledged for your efforts, whether through praise, feedback, or incentives. So here's the truth. And when we're looking at this through a corrections lens, here's the truth. Recognition in corrections, when it comes, often comes from your peers rather than the administration. So certificates and Facebook posts are nice, but the real gold star here is knowing that your people, that your team can count on you. So that being said, many agencies do recognize staff very well, and some agencies maybe not do so well. Still, the recognition and the respect of your brothers and sisters in uniform is absolutely priceless. So I'm also going to give this a yes. What, you disagree? Then put it in the comments. Trait number 5 is the salary, and it's what a lot of people say that they go to work for, right? So salary here is subjective. It's about meeting your needs. I'm reading this again. This is about meeting your needs and having some leftovers for the things that make life enjoyable. So here's the reality. Corrections in most places can pay the bills. In some places, it pays extremely well, especially if you take advantage of the overtime opportunities. But whether it's good enough, right, depends on your location, your lifestyle, and your financial goals and stability. So this one, your mileage may vary on this. So this one is going to go in the maybe column as well. Are you guys keeping score at home? I have 3 yeses and 2 maybes so far. So before we hit traits 6 through 10, before we make a determination on whether or not corrections is indeed a good job, I want to take a moment to plug my new book over here, right here. I'm going to show it to you, Train to Change, the unfortunate and unintentional consequences of the correctional curriculum. In this book, I dive into some of these things. I dive into how correctional work, how correctional training changes us, reshapes us, and how we can reduce the impact of that change and reclaim control over our lives. So check it out, available on Amazon. I'll throw a link in the description below. All right, let's move on to trait number 6. And now we're going to talk about the bennies, right? Good jobs offer benefits like health insurance, retirement plans, and paid time off. And I feel like corrections excels here. Many agencies, they provide ample benefit packages, robust benefit packages with health and dental and all of the other boring adult things that adults need to survive, right? Like, and include pension. A lot of agencies offer a pension, which are becoming increasingly rare in other industries, especially in the private sector. And benefits are one of the main draws and one of the main reasons that people stay in the field. So this one, benefits, is going to be a solid yes for me. So let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is schedule. This says a good job offers, I heard you guys laughing when I said schedule, as soon as I said schedule, but listen to this, you're really going to laugh. A good job offers a predictable schedule that aligns with your preferences. Doesn't that sound like some private world corporate psychobabble BS? Anyways, aligns with my preferences. I don't even know what that means, but let's talk corrections. Predictable? No. Shift work, overtime mandates, staff shortages, all of those wreak havoc on your personal life. The only predictable part is that you're going to work a lot, right? Weekends, holidays, all the days. And for some, that works. That schedule's fine. They welcome it. But for others, it's a deal breaker. And so I'm going to put this one, I'm going to put schedule in the nope column. No, for me. All right, number 8. Let's talk advancement. Advancement opportunities are a key to a good job. They give you something to work towards and help you grow your career. So let's see. Corrections does have a path for advancement. Maybe it's not the clearest path. You can absolutely promote. You can move up to sergeant, corporal, lieutenant, captain, and even into administrative roles if you want to. But promotions, they aren't automatic. You have to earn them. You have to work towards them. So for those that are willing to put in the work, for me, this is this advancement. This is a yes for me. So number 9 here on our list of traits that make things a good job is security. And job security, right? This is what it says here. We're not talking about safety security that you guys all started thinking about. We're talking about job security. Means knowing that you have a paycheck as long as you can meet their expectations. So let's talk about that for a second. Corrections is absolutely one of the most secure professions out there. People always break the law, and jails and prisons are always going to need staff. Corrections is a recession-proof, pandemic-proof profession. So if you show up, if you don't smuggle drugs or cell phones or contraband, and you don't touch or sleep with an inmate, then you're going to be set. So this one for me, security, is going to be a resounding absolute yes. And last and finally, the last trait here that we're going to talk about, number 10, is balance. Work-life balance means, I heard you laugh again, work-life balance means having time for your loved ones and hobbies outside of work. And so this is going to be a tough one for corrections. This job, it can bleed into your personal life. It will bleed into your personal life physically and emotionally and spiritually. It's just going to slither its way in. The long hours, the mandatory overtime, the trauma, and the mental toll. It can all take a toll on you. The toll will take a toll on you. Yes, that's what I said. Making balance feel impossible, but there is hope. This is not hopeless. With intentional efforts and things that I've written about and I speak about when I go present, things that are in other videos, you can check them out. With intentional efforts and boundaries, right? You can set a balance that still works for you. So I'm going to put this one, this balance, in the maybe column as well. So let's tally up our points right here. For those of you keeping track at home, let's tally up our points. I have 5 yeses. I have 3 maybes, and I have 1 hard no. That's only 9. What is the 10th one? Do I have 2 hard no's? Oh my goodness, I lost track. All right, so for the sake of argument, because I've screwed this entire thing up, let's shift all of my maybes into the no column. Right? So I got my yeses, 5 yeses. We're going to wait a minute. I just figured it out. Those of you watching at home, I just figured it out. I actually have 6 yeses. I have 6 yeses, 3 maybes, 1 hard no. So for the sake of argument, we're going to shift. We're going to take all those maybes, all my indecisions, all 3 of them. We're going to shift them over to the no column, right? I'm sorry. I went to public school. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. So that gives me 4 no's and 6 yeses. 4 no's, 6 yeses. That's 60%. So is corrections a good job? Well, it's absolutely not perfect, but it hits a lot of the marks. Purpose, growth, recognition, benefits, advancement, job security. But here's the thing, it's not for everybody. The schedule, the connection, the work-life balance can be challenging. And at the end of the day, it depends on what you're looking for and really what you're willing to sacrifice. But I will add this. I will say this, that corrections, this job has been a blessing for me and my family. It was something that afforded me a comfortable and safe lifestyle. It provided me with a sense of fulfillment and has allowed me to connect with so many amazing, wonderful people like you all that are watching and playing along at home. Look, it's given me headaches. It's stressed me out. It's given me sleepless nights. Of course it has. But looking back, I am so thankful that I was led to this profession. And maybe if you are feeling led, you should check it out. Otherwise, why are you still watching? Guys, my final thought is this. Yes, corrections is a good job. It's crazy. It's unpredictable. It's an environment full of crazy and unpredictable people, but I would not trade my time in uniform, the time in the profession, for anything else. And for those of you out there that are already stuck, that are in too far to get out, let me remind you of something. Your work matters. You absolutely matter. So don't let the daily grind make you forget that. Guys, if you like this episode, if you found value in this episode, straight punch that little like icon. Comment and share this content with anyone and everyone that you think may be interested. And if you're looking for more premium correctional content, then check out this video right here or check out this video right over here. All right, guys, that's all I got. Until next time, be smart, stay safe, stay sane, and we'll talk soon.